Hey, my name is Wentworth Miller. I play Michael Scofield on Prison Break. Testing for the network on Monday and had the part by Tuesday. It all happened very quickly, which worked out well for me because I didn't have enough time to get nervous about it. The character that I'm playing is a structural engineer, and I've got this brilliant, detailed plan that covers everything from certain individuals' backgrounds in the prison itself, the warden of the prison, the mob boss inside, the guy who is running the black market. I hold up a bank.
Put down your weapon!
In order to get thrown into the same prison where he's being held so I can help him escape. My brother and I have a very complicated relationship where he has taken care of me from an early age when both of our parents were no longer on the scene.
It's not going to be the same, but we're going to figure it out. And no matter what, it's still going to be me and you.
Okay, but what if something happens to you?
You just have a little faith.
Made a lot of sacrifices so that I would not have to suffer in the way that he did. His life took a couple of wrong turns. I went off to college and grad school, enjoyed a degree of success that he never knew. So when he goes to prison, I really feel as though I owe him for having made all these sacrifices. And now I can use all of the expertise I've gotten as a structural engineer in order to save him.
You know, I had made my peace of what was coming, and you show up and give me the one thing a man in my situation shouldn't have. Hope.
Just have a little faith. Very cool twist is that I have the blueprints to this prison hidden in a tattoo that covers my entire upper body and arms.
You've seen the blueprints?
Better than that. I've got them on me.
Am I supposed to be seeing something here?
When I first saw the tattoo, my question was, well, where are the blueprints? Because they're not visible to the naked eye.
Look closer.
They are woven into the artwork itself. It's impressive. I have no idea what most of that stuff actually signifies, but the writers have this entire series planned out through the second season. So each episode is a surprise to me. I'm very happy with the way my character is progressing, and the really interesting, challenging part of that particular character is that it allows me to play so many other characters, because Michael has a different relationship and persona with everyone behind bars. He's different with his brother than he is with the warden of the prison, or the beautiful and brainy doctor in the infirmary, or the mob boss, and that kind of allows me to play a wide range of characters stemming from that.
He tried to help his brother escape Wentworth Miller prison break.
The best parts about Prison Break, certainly first season, was that you had a group of people who hated each other on some level, forced to work together for a common goal, and the same dynamic is in effect now. It's not a question of him leaving the prison and that door is now shut. I think he is very much psychologically still behind bars, still dealing with the fallout from the loss of his relationship with Pope, who was a surrogate father, his relationship with Westmoreland, who is a surrogate father, and especially his relationship with Sarah. And I'd like to believe that Michael has a plan somewhere down the line to go back and make things right. Season 3 is kind of a return to form. It feels like classic Prison Break. Everything's come full circle, except now Michael's on the inside, Lincoln's on the outside. Michael does not have the tattoo, does not have the big older brother to kick some ass, if and when necessary. Well, this is what I discussed with the writers before we started season 3. I said, I don't think we can just drop Michael in a new prison and expect him to start planning his escape, because Michael is a very conscientious person. A lot of lives have been damaged and lost in the course of achieving Lincoln's exoneration. And I think he takes that guilt, that responsibility very seriously. I think there's a part of Michael that believes maybe I do belong in prison. Maybe this is the only way I can atone for my sins. So I said, we can't have Michael looking over his shoulder, afraid for his life. It's not about self-preservation. It's about self-sacrifice. Only if his survival means the survival of someone else, someone that he cares about, like Lincoln, LJ, or Sarah, will he then want to endure the situation. For me, it's about that question of how far across the line can a good man go before you can no longer call him good. And what I told the writers was, listen, we can't just drop Michael in this ferocious new environment and expect him to start plotting his escape. I think Prison Break is not afraid to reinvent itself season to season, so there's always something new that we've brought to the table, but at the same time, these are still the same characters that you've grown to love or hate. These are still the same relationships that you've been investing in for the last 4 seasons, and that's what I think the secret is to our success. It's a real change-up in that, unlike seasons 1, 2, and 3, it's not about escaping from prisons, it's not about fleeing, it's not about running from the law. It's about standing and fighting. It's about taking on the conspiracy, taking on the company, the people who destroyed the brothers' lives in the first place, which really makes it perhaps the most deadly season yet for Michael and Lincoln. We have no official word, but everyone who's involved with the show knows that it's over. It's done. I think the people who are involved in the day-to-day production of Prison Break all understand that this is the time we should wrap things up, go out on a high note. If there is a 5th season, then it's...
Do you talk about that in the cast? I mean, it's a job too, it's work, so...
Yeah, but as far as that's concerned, you know, it's a very successful show. It's a very lucrative show. So there's certain people, certain powers that be, who don't want to see that necessarily come to an end. I personally feel like I've gotten everything that I need to get from this experience, and am ready to move on.
So the show will be wrapped up at the end of the season. That's what you say.
That's my hope. That's my hope. It makes a certain sense to me because Michael and Lincoln and Sarah have been running for so long. They can't keep running forever. Eventually you have to stop, turn around, and face the person who's chasing you. In this case, that's the company. That's the conspiracy that destroyed their lives in the first place. So this is their opportunity to really stand and fight. And I think, hopefully, it'll be a very satisfying, powerful conclusion. What's unique is this season, instead of the usual 22 episodes, we're actually shooting 24. And the last 2 episodes are a kind of standalone 2-hour event. It's a chance to deepen the show's mythology. And since this is our 4th and final season, it's an opportunity to really give the fans a satisfying conclusion to a story that they've invested in for 4 years now. It's our chance to tie up loose ends and to do honor to the story and the characters and the universe that we've spent so much time and effort creating. I do share a lot in common with Michael. He existed on the page first, but then I brought a lot of myself to him. I think he represents certain parts of me taken to an extreme. We both have a respect for order, for research, for preparation, for discipline. But Michael's also, he's a little bit crazy. He's a little bit of a loose cannon. I mean, what sort of man would be willing to throw himself into prison to save a loved one on death row? An extraordinary man. A man who walks the line between genius and insanity. So we don't have that in common. But I've been honored to play Michael Scofield. And if Prison Break is the best thing I ever do, and this character is the character I am known most for, I'll consider that a privilege. At the same time, I've been thinking a lot about what it means now that the show is coming to an end and moving on, and the fact that when you play a certain character for 4 years, people tend to associate you with that character. But I'm confident that I have other things to offer, that there are other sides of myself that I haven't shared yet. And hopefully I'll be able to surprise you, and hopefully you'll find enjoyment in the other things that I do. Well, I'll miss a lot of the people involved. We'll say that.